It was late at night. A haunting silence loomed over the neighborhood. At the far end of the street stood an old, abandoned mansion. Locals called it the cursed house. They said a homeless man had once been murdered there, and his restless spirit still wandered the halls. Ethan, a young YouTuber known for exploring haunted places, heard about the mansion and instantly decided to visit it for content. The very next night, armed with a camera, flashlight, and his skeptical friend Ben, he arrived at the infamous house. The door was rusty and heavy, but as soon as they pushed it open, a piercing scream echoed through the air. Both froze for a moment, but Ethan, full of adrenaline and excitement, urged Ben to go inside. Dust covered every surface. Deep scratches marked the walls. Suddenly, a nearby window slammed shut on its own. The camera turned on by itself, and a dark shadow appeared on screen, hovering 2 feet above the ground. What was that? Ben stuttered. That's exactly what my subscriber described in the comments. Ethan whispered with eerie delight. Just then, knocking sounds started echoing from the walls. Knock. 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 The knocks grew louder and faster. Ethan swung the camera around and caught a glimpse of a tall woman in a dark cloak standing near the door. Her face was hidden, only glowing white eyes were visible, and she let out a bone-chilling shriek. Turn back, or become one of them. Ben bolted toward the entrance, but the door had slammed shut behind them. Ethan, trying to remain calm, approached the woman and asked, "Who are you?" She slowly began to dissolve into thin air, and a single whisper lingered. "I was burned alive for betrayal, now every promise breaker belongs to me." A deafening bang followed, and darkness swallowed the entire house. The next morning, the locals discovered something horrifying. 2 fresh names had appeared on the mansion's rotting front door, written in blood. When Ethan and Ben didn't return home, their families contacted the police. But none of the locals dared approach the mansion. They all said the same thing: no one who enters that house ever comes back. One determined journalist, Ryan, and a close friend of Ethan, decided to uncover the truth. He watched Ethan's last video upload, which had cut off mid-recording. Toward the end, Ethan's faint voice could still be heard. "The knocking, it's coming from every room now. Someone's counting our breaths." Ryan shivered, but his curiosity overpowered his fear. He packed his gear, camera, power bank, hidden mic, and set out for the mansion at midnight. As he stepped inside, every corner felt heavy with dread. Faint whispers began to echo from the walls. Ryan's phone buzzed. An unknown number had texted, "If you want to live, leave now." He ignored it. In the main room, he noticed a large antique mirror. But instead of his reflection, the mirror showed Ethan and Ben chained in a dark corner. "Ryan, help us." Their voices were weak, distant. Ryan reached out to touch the mirror. Suddenly the ground shook, and loud voices erupted from the walls. "You made a promise never to return, Ryan, you broke it." He stepped back as glowing red messages began appearing on the walls. "We never spare the disloyal, every knock takes a soul." Just then, a hidden door creaked open. A tall figure emerged, cloaked in black, holding an old, flickering lantern. Its eyes blazed with fire, and its voice was deep, hollow. "Ryan, you summoned us, now walk with us." Ryan quickly pulled out a talisman his grandmother once gave him. He threw it toward the shadowy figure. An explosive flash of light lit up the room. The figure vanished instantly, but when he looked back at the mirror, a new horror awaited him. Ethan and Ben were now smiling, but their eyes were pitch black. "We don't want to leave anymore, it's peaceful here," Ryan screamed, turned to run, but the mansion's front door slammed shut once more, and once again. Knock. Knock, the final knock.